Show and address them, and they ended up getting tossed out. And at the end of the show, I had a Marine come by and said, "Hey man, you handled that really well. I was willing to snap that dude's neck for you." I'm JT Habersaat from Austin, Texas.
All right, this is my first time I've ever been here. I got into the building 20 minutes ago and I'd spent 14 hours getting here. So, what's up? All right, thank you. It started off great. I got off the airplane and this woman is looking at me from across the way, kind of strange, like 50-something-year-old woman, and she looks at me and she goes, "It's you!" I went, "What the fuck does that, like, what? Yeah, hi, how's it going?" She's like, "You've been on the TV." And I have. I'm like, "Yeah? Hi." She's like, "I'm a huge fan of yours." I'm going, "I fucking doubt it." But right on, she's like, "You don't understand, my husband and I watch you on Mythbusters all..." So, I'm still happy to be here, but god damn it, that was a rough way to end a 14-hour trip.
How'd you get into comedy?
I got into comedy being basically a George Carlin fan growing up in New York. And when I was 16, I went on stage at Stand Up New York City for the first time ever. It was a total bringer show, one of those like, "Hey kid, you got the thing. You got 5 friends?" I'm like, "I got 5 friends." And I did that twice and figured out it was a scam. But I was like, "I got a gig at age 16, I'm a comic." No. And then I was doing other things like radio and putting on punk rock shows for a long time. So 2008, I started this thing called the Altercation Punk Comedy Tour, and it's all been a steady work in progress since then. The new album is called Misanthrope. It's my latest hour. This one is all me. It was filmed in Dallas at a place called Three Links, which is one of my favorite rock venues in the country. And it was filmed last summer. It came out in August of 2016. And it's basically an hour of me kind of ranting and raving about the kids today and just kind of my old man persona. I'm slowly going from a youthful punk rocker filled with angst to kind of a 40-year-old get off my lawn guy filled with angst. So it's a little bit more worldly, I think.
And it's not just a CD, right?
No, it's the audio CD in full, and also it's a film special filmed by Bleeding Heart Productions, which is an amazing production crew out of Texas. And yeah, it's a 3-camera shoot. It's an hour long, and there's a bonus documentary on it as well, which features me on the road in places like Philadelphia and Trenton, New Jersey, lovely Trenton, New Jersey, and also Arizona. And there's guest appearances by people like David Heddy, who was also on Stand Up Records and who's brilliant, Mishka Shubaly, who's one of my favorite people to tour with ever, and the Lizard Man from the Jim Rose Circus Sideshow makes an appearance, as well as some famous people you might know. So yeah.
So it's a CD, it's
a CD, it's a DVD that includes the full 1-hour special Misanthrope and an additional hour bonus road documentary featuring material and behind-the-scenes mania from all those people that I just said.
You can't afford not to buy this.
It's practically giving itself away. So every comedian has a podcast, and people have been asking me forever to start one. So last summer I finally did. But I intentionally dragged feet because I didn't want it just to be comedians talking to comedians about comedy, because the world does not need that. So I started something called theroadpodcast.com. And I was amazed that the Road podcast hadn't been taken yet. I don't know how I hit the jackpot on that. So it's a mix of comedians. There's a lot of comedians on it, but there's also a lot of musician folks that I know and love. People like Mike Watt. We had Dinosaur Jr. on it not that long ago. Rollins has been a guest on it. Swans, just really alt, underground, cool stuff. And also things that have no comedy related whatsoever. They're just wild stuff you see on the road. I went to the thing in Texas called the Snake Farm, which is exactly what it sounds like, just a roadside zoo where they have like a 12-foot king cobra, and I just talked to the guy who feeds whole chickens to alligators and shit like that.
I live in a neighborhood, and like I said, I live in Austin. I live in like a nice development, and it's very Leave It to Beaver. It's very chill. And about a month ago, my wife woke me up on a Saturday morning, and it was like 9 in the morning, and I was super hungover. Weird, we'll all do shots. And she said, "You're not gonna believe this, somebody broke into our neighbor's car." I'm like, "What?" Like, doesn't happen here. She's like, "Yeah, they're driving away now." So I like pull on like some gym shorts and like a white beater t-shirt. And I go running outside and I see them driving down the street and I wave them down and they pull over and I'm like, what happened? They rolled the window down. They're like, yeah, somebody smashed in my wife's car last night. They took her makeup bag and her iPod. I'm like, oh, that's horrible. I said, well, is anything I can do? They said, well, we got some, glass. We're going to go get fingerprints and check it out. And in the back seat is their son, Charlie. Okay, Charlie's like the best kid ever. He's like the one kid I like. He's like every kid from Norman Rockwell. Plays baseball. He's awesome. He's like, yeah, Charlie. Yeah, you're one of the good ones, man. And I was like, Charlie, you okay, buddy? You scared? He's like, nah, we're going to get the bad guys. I know we're going to, I'm like, I know I'm hungover, kid. You don't have to be a jerk, but all right, fine. Like, will they have any leads? They're like, well, we think somebody may have seen something, so we're gonna go to the cops now and see what's up. And I'm like, Charlie, you know we're gonna get the bad guys, right? I know your sense of safety is all messed up right now, but we're gonna get the bad guys. And he goes, I'm like, you might want to have somebody talk to Charlie. He seems really upset. I said, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. And they said, thank you so much. And, I looked in the back, and Charlie has taken a beach towel and put it completely over his head, like the plaid ghost, just checked out. I'm like, you might want to have somebody talk to Charlie. They're like, yeah, he was fine a minute ago. I don't know what happened. And they said, okay, well, I'll keep eyes on your place. They roll the window up. They drive away. I stand up, and that's when I noticed my dick is hanging out of my gym shorts. So the entire time I'm talking to the kid, he has the dick in and going, you know nothing bad's going to happen to you, right, Charlie? Like, in this poor kid's mind, my cock's doing smashing grabs in the dead of night, just like, what does he want with my mom's makeup bag? Does he put lipstick on it like Fraggle Cock? Does he put on weird stories? What is going on with the creepy dude who used to live in New York? And the worst part is, he's got the dick angle, so when they're driving, they're like, why are you crying? The bad man showed me the one-eyed snake monster. Shut up, we were there, we saw the whole thing, and that's why I don't have kids.
So my bones are literally freezing, so I'm gonna go. I gotta go to, on my way to Chicago and the rest of this tour. So buy Misanthrope, out now, DVD, audio, full documentary on Stand Up Records, my favorite label in the world. And check out The Road Podcast if you get a chance. It's theroadpodcast.com. You can find it on iTunes and all those platforms. And you can see all my dates at jtcomedy.com. So thanks so much. I'm freezing. I'm gonna go drink a hot toddy with a lot of bourbon. Bye.